Sorry, Western Unity.
That's right.
Like, I'm wearing myself out doing this.
Well, nobody there yet.
What?
And I put on my pretty blue shirt.
Are you on?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Good luck.
The Dirty Knobs is first in.
I'm going.
What's going on, brother man?
Good luck.
What's going on, Lionheart? Bill, Roman, New Zealand. Those poor fucking people, man. Everything's on fire out there. Patrick, Thomas. So, oh, okay. I can't read these things fast enough. Hey, everybody. Happy New Year to anybody I haven't said it to before. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling better. We're getting there. Greetings, everyone. It's not all the way back yet, Curtis. I'm still, I still sound like shit. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Afternoon, Lunar. What's going on, ACC? I know I sound like crap. I know. This is 3 weeks now. Today is like 3 weeks I've been sick. And like reading the comments on the videos, I see a lot of you guys are the same way. Oh, let's see. Back-to-back 426 videos. Yeah. It was easy. This is right there. I got the block. You know what? Let's just do 426 videos. I almost did another one today. Why don't I go to the La Morosa? I will eventually. I can't help you with Fury parts. I don't have any parts. I'm out of the parts business. B-Buddy's steering column squeaks when he turns to loosen the bolts on the firewall and center the column. The bushing is probably bad or gone. So just loosen the bolts on the firewall. There's the 3 bolts that go in or 4 bolts that go into the firewall, and there's 2 bolts in the column. Loosen all of that. Turn the wheel until it's like, smooth, like getting a squeak, and tighten it all down there. Fubar, where's Fubar? Fubar, what's going on? Fubar, the axe. Building a motor, long stroke or big bore with a short, long stroke or big bore with a short stroke. Drag racing, short stroke. I prefer a short stroke motor. Anything else, the high end, top end type of stuff, long run. Also has a lot to do with the heads. If you got heads that are done by like 6,000 RPM, short run. But you hear the girls growling in the background and fighting over those rawhide chips. Hang on, I gotta get an airstrip. Right back. There you go. Please sing Betty Davis' Eyes. You don't want me to sing, man. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Get more Delsum. Yeah. I went to the doctor. I'll tell you how bad this is, okay? Because I went to the doctor voluntarily for the first time in almost 40 years. I had my first checkup in like almost 40 fucking years. I've been like, I've taken ambulance rides to the emergency room, that sort of stuff, but I've never actually had a fucking checkup. And I had my first checkup the other day, and they gave me like steroids, and antibiotics. So, but I'm actually fucking healthy. Ginger and Marianne, all day, every day, no problem. Lovey, she was probably hot when she was young. What do I think about the 8 1/4 urine? I love 8 1/4s. I think they're great. I got one of my 73 Roadrunner, and we have one in Bottle Rocket. But I don't think it's going to live long in Bottle Rocket. I'm probably going to go 8 3/4. But I want to blow this one up first. Let's see. How about Sally Field? Oh, she's beautiful, beautiful. You want to come here and talk about Porsche? Can't hold the convo more. Well, what about Porsche? What's going on, William? Is a 750 carb too big for a 360? No, 750 is just about right. The formula that I use is double the cubic inches is your starting point. So a 400 cubic inch engine, you start at 800 CFM. Okay. How does it take to get rid of this cold? Some people, from what I understand, some people have had it for like up to 6 weeks. Kathy's had it for a month, and I've had it for 3 weeks starting today. And I'm never sick. I never, Largest production 4-cylinder. Oh man, I think you got to go back to like the early days. I think like the Stutz Bearcat, right? The Stutz Bearcat. It was like a 450 cubic inch 4-cylinder. And you know what? I bet you there's even. I bet you there's even bigger than that. What's most horsepower I've seen in a Slant 6? I mean, I see guys that are running, deep in the nines and like 3,000 pound cars, turbocharged. So I mean, do the math. That's about 480, 500 horsepower with the crank. Okay. What's going on, Red Bank Classics? Can you make a 413 truck engine into a 413 max wedge? Yeah, put max wedge heads on it. What's going on, Sean? Thank you. I appreciate it. What do I think about the Ford 6.8 V10 2-valve? I haven't seen anybody mess with them in a performance. I couldn't speak for them as a truck motor, like a daily driver type of motor because I have no experience with them, and I've never seen anybody hot rod them either. So I don't know. What do I think of making a go-kart with the Iron Duke? Yeah. Hi. Hey, Tony. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Ethan, you have a huge problem. You have a 66 Mustang with a 289. It doesn't crank. It just makes a buzzing sound and smoke comes from the solenoid. Where do I start? You got a bait cable. Change your battery cables. One of them is broken down in there. That buzzing is because it's not flowing enough amperage. Please follow me. Your New Year's resolution was no 24-hour marathons. Yeah, please, I know. I tried, but at 10.5 hours, I was just completely out of voice. And then the whole thing was all about just stop. Everybody was like, you gotta stop, you gotta stop, you gotta stop. Cats like, you gotta stop, you gotta stop, you gotta stop. So I mean, we stopped, but I kind of whispered through the whole thing. Scaleworks, happy New Year. I know everybody cares about my life. I believe me, I appreciate the love. I really do. Thank you, Aviator. Best wishes to you too, brother. I'm feeling better, Destroyer. Jerry Garcia, 10 Nugent. Oh, the Nuge, man, all fucking day. I could never get into the whole Grateful Dead thing. Any inexpensive tricks or getting any more power out of an FE352? That's a tough one. That's a small bore motor. You know, I mean, they got decent heads on them, but yeah, I wouldn't bother. It has a good driver motor, and it'll respond to headers. You know, it'll respond to the usual hop up stuff. You'll increase the horsepower, but you'll never really get the kind of bark you want. You know, Galleon. Hi, how's it going? Happy New Year. My dad showed me a channel, hoping I would get into Mopar so we could stop working on the Volvo. I love early Volvos, 60s, 70s up to like very early 80s. Volvos are way fucking cool cars. I had one way back when. Um, yeah, I mean Mopars are cool. Volvo was kind of like a Swedish Mopar, you know, the early ones. Later Volvos I don't have much respect for, but the early stuff, oh, even Saabs for that matter, they were good cars. What's up, 426 Rich? What was my opinion on Chrysler stealing a Suburban nameplate in the 50s? Did they steal a nameplate? Or, I mean, see, I don't know which came first. I don't know who called what a Suburban first, but isn't that more of a like calling something a minivan, calling it a Suburban, right? Isn't that kind of the same thing? John, no, early Saabs don't suck. They were very cool. They were that was total fucking aircraft engineering and mindset in those cars. What's going on, Toll John? In your fun shop, brick block Volvos and Swedish Fox bodies. Yeah, I agree. Uh, Anthony, but fucking thank you, man. You're the fucking man too. Check out 3 steps to incredible health. Uh, hey man, this is looks familiar. Man. I'm from Long Island. I'm from the East Meadow area. You look like somebody I used to know when I was a kid. Possibly, man. I was all over the tri-state area back in the day. Do you like Rat Fink? Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a girl that I know that's actually a licensed Rat Fink artist. She does great work. In your opinion, which is more dependable, 51 Cleveland or Windsor? More horses. The Cleveland gets you more horsepower for sure. For dependability, it's hard to beat a Windsor. Never worked on a Chrysler Airflow. Um, you like Z's, Uncle? I like the early. I like the 240Zs. The early cars are just beautiful. Thoughts on his 9 1/4 and a hot rod and replace the clutch sleeve? Yes, yes, absolutely. Anytime you can replace the clutch sleeve, you can always replace the crush collar. You know, and it's simple. You don't have to buy a fucking kit. You know, I use tubing. I get a length of pipe tubing. You know, the right diameter, and then shims. You know, sometimes you can get away with valve seats shims. You know, and set it up that way. You don't have to actually go out and buy a kit. What's the fastest quarter I've done? I ran 1580 in a 318 satellite. Some I hope to get into the 14s. What's the difference between a 351 Cleveland and a 351 Windsor? There's a lot of differences, but essentially the Windsor is an inline valve engine and the Cleveland is a canted valve engine. Very similar to the big block Chevy. Howling Mad Murdoch, yeah, man, I'm kicking. Best car in the 70s after the 73, the Fox body. Really 80 Firebirds, good fixer uppers. Um, Yeah, yeah, no, very heavy cars, very, very heavy cars. Um, you're better off. I mean, if I had to build something from the early '80s, it would be a G body. Do I like hot rodding any Gen 3 Hemis? I stick with the things that I know. You know, second gen Hemi and wedge motors. I just haven't gotten around to messing around with a third gen yet. At some point, I will, but I haven't done it yet. So Cleveland, like Polyfield Mopar, yes. Do I know a guy named George Fox in Purdue? I don't think so. You like to see more on a 73 Roadrunner? We will. I have so many other cars that we have to get through first, and it's all a matter of cash. We can only build these cars as fast as the cash comes through, and you know, so we have a couple other cars before we can do anything with the 73, but we will. Thank you, this guy Thumps. Is there a method to figuring fuel octane needs of a built motor, EFI engine, trying to staying away from leaded fuels? Lead. Don't worry about if there's lead or not. Lead is only there to protect the exhaust valve seats. Is there a method to figuring fuel octane needs of a built motor? That's such a broad question. I can't give you an effective answer on that because actual static compression ratio, dynamic compression ratio, combustion chamber type, is it a quench motor or not a quench motor? There's just no way I could give you an accurate answer on that. I'm sorry. Uncle Tony's YouTube channel and Shop. What are the advantages of a 50 HO firing order over the regular 302 289 firing? Man, I'm a 1843657 guy. I have no idea why Ford messed around with the time. I don't know of any differences other than perhaps smoothness, but I don't believe there's any difference in power output. How you doing, Al? I'm a drab. Saab two-cycle. Yeah, the early ones, man. I love two-stroke. Yeah, I know they don't belong in cars because they're torqueless wonders, but still, they're cool. We got a 64 Galaxy. I love those cars. They're beautiful. One step forward, two steps backwards. Welcome to the world of cars, man. Aaron, thank you so much. 3-3 stroker question. What are the thoughts on a 3-3 with a blower? The 3-3, well, stroker, you're talking about a 3-3 Chevy stroker, 350 block with 400 crank. I wouldn't bother. If you're going to put a blower on it, it's centrifugal, anything, blowers, centrifugal, roots, or turbocharger. I wouldn't bother with the stroker. I would just build it at the 350 size. Spin, you bastard, spin. Hey, Kathy, what you up to? Kathy's laying down. She's not feeling good. Thoughts on rack and pinion steering and A-bodies, quality, engineering, fit, and price. I don't mess with stuff like that. I wish I could give you an answer. There are guys out there that are into handling and doing suspension modifications for handling and shit like that. I'm a straight liner, so I could not give you an opinion on that. I'm sorry. House cat. She's sick. She's sick, just like I am. 73 Roadrunner Factory GTX, nice. Happy Sunday, Robert. Uncle Tony's Garage at gmail.com. Uncle Kathy reads all of as many as messages as she can. We get a lot of emails. Do some kitchen work instead of garage work for a while. A, I don't do fucking kitchen work, right? And B, I got to do video work, car work, because this is what pays the bills. If I don't do this, I don't eat. Michael, say a prayer for Uncle Kathy. She's not that bad that she needs prayers. She's just not feeling so hot. But really, thank you so much for that thought. How's the buddy's van project going? I know he's been under the weather. We'll be doing something with him as soon as he's back up and running. How's Bottle Rocket? Bottle Rocket is parked, waiting for the tracks to open in the spring. What do I know about big and small block Buicks? I know lots about them. So do I post car building related content? Yes. There's no way really for me to describe what we do. You have to just kind of like go back and watch some of the videos. Tony, will you ever delve into the legendary mid-80s 2.2 liter? Hey, John. Oh, thank you so much, man. That's awesome. This is the place to spend it. If you're going to spend it anywhere, spend it here, you know. Well, 340 stroke crank working a 3 block. Yes. Hey, man, I have a simple question. Do you recommend any good books on wiring? Oh, I'm working on a Nova. I'm absolutely terrible at wiring. The guy messed up all the wiring. Go listen. Best bet, right? Everything you need to know. All right. There are books on basic wiring. I don't think you need to read a book on basic wiring, unless you don't know how to read a schematic. Everything you need to know, you can Google. What you need is first, if you don't already know how, learn how to read a schematic. It's very simple. The schematics look complicated, but once you understand how they actually, how things are routed, like the reasoning behind the schematic, then they become very easy to read. And then just Google the wiring schematic, the factory wiring schematic for your car, and just follow it. And there's no quick, easy way to do wiring. Wiring is a bitch, especially up underneath the dashboard. So just take your time. But there are no books that are going to tell you how to do that. Sorry, I don't remember what the question was. I still have a little bit of a fever. My favorite V8 engine ever. It's a toss-up between the 340 and the 383. You guys, can you just excuse me for 1 minute? I got to get some orange juice. I'll be right back. Oh, there's no glasses. Kind of glass. I've been living on this stuff for like weeks now. Something manic about a 340. I know. I love them. I love them. I would choose an 86 or 87 Mustang GT. Yeah, 87 because it's got the better heads. 86. Yeah, 86 does look a little better, but the 87's got the better equipment. How do you feel about the 4.7 cam swap? You mean to get away from the 7? It's been done. There's a very small difference in performance. I wouldn't bother. Like I said, I'm a 18436.572 guy. Is she joining? She may pop out. It's Brian McTaggart, Brian McBangshift. Brian has started a fucking YouTube channel. I've been telling you for like the last month, right? He's going to start a YouTube channel. He just started it today. Brian, what is the name of your channel? Brian, you there? Put up a link to your channel. I think this froze. Full bar, awesome. No, that's okay. That's okay. Brian, don't worry about whether it's got content on it. They'll get your content as you get it up there. But we got to get your subs going. We got to get you on the map. How much torque will this 8 3/4 handle? It's not a question of torque, it's a question of weight and hookup. Remember, they use an 8 3/4 in top fuel cars until around 1973. And those cars are making, you make a lot of torque on a blown nitro Hemi, but the cars were light. And so they lived down into the 5-second zone, 250 miles an hour. So weight is what kills rear ends. What is the channel name? Brian McTaggart, put up a link to your channel, damn you. I need to consume more garlic. I was eating garlic stuffed olives the other day, man. Throne Wrench Garage. There it is, Throne Wrench Garage. You see this right here? That's Brian McTaggart's channel. Go there and sub to Throne Wrench Garage. That is the future of the internet. Throne Wrench Garage. Ben Wing, asymmetrical thumper cams, we have 292. I don't know what the question is, but thank you for the $5. John Wilburn, man, you've never broken one. You're lucky. I've broken them. Spinning is winning. Yeah, I tell you something, right? Here's the thing, right? If you don't dead hook, and this plans to do almost any fucking rear, right? If you've got doubts as to so if you've got doubts to the overall strength of the rear that you've got, right? Don't dead hook it, right? Dead hooking is real. That shock loading, the dead hooking is what kills them. If you can engineer just a little tiger slip, right? Don't focus. People are all about the trans brake, because they're looking for the reaction time. They're looking for for that instant hit, right? It's not always necessary. You can leave a little on the soft side, lay the power in a foot down, a foot out, 2 feet out. You don't have to go for an instant hit. Throne Wrench Garage doesn't show up. Just click on the link. Just go back. What's the story? A blue dart in the back of some of your videos. Oh, I bought for a friend of mine. That car is out and running. Yeah, I got the 7 1/4 with a shore grip or with welded spiders, light car, like a 3,200-pound car, will actually it'll get down the track. Tony's the best YouTuber ever. Well, thank you. That's some YouTubers treat themselves like a bunch of sheep. Tony treats us like equals. You're not my equals. You're my boss. I don't do this if you don't watch. I don't get paid if you don't watch, and AdSense doesn't send me money. I work for you guys. Unity Motorsports subscribe to. You're getting subs, Brian, man. You're getting subs. Throne Wrench Garage. He doesn't have any contact up on there yet. Throne Wrench Garage, right? Go there and give him subs. He needs subs. We gotta get him 1,000 subs by the end of fucking January. Between Brian McTaggart and Lamb Chop, right? Surrounded by two of the most I know that are now on YouTube. So what's going on, Dwayne from northern Minnesota? I remind you of your favorite uncle. Lots of people say that. Any more Slant 6 performance videos in the future? This week, I'm going to do an update on the slant that we're building for the Plan Z Dart. Broke 2 drill bits yesterday. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard for me to. Yeah, of course, a rising tide raises all boats. You know, you guys are here because you're part of our channel, and so we're all like-minded people. So of course, let's build our community. Because that's the thing about YouTube, man. This is what people like they don't fucking realize. Okay, YouTube isn't. This isn't about one guy making videos for everybody. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. YouTube is not okay. People lose sight of what YouTube is supposed to be. Okay. YouTube is not about some ding dong like me just making videos and then that's it. Okay. YouTube is about a community. Okay. Each channel represents a community, whereas the channel is supposed to be gravitated around like-minded people who do like-minded material, right? So, that's why, all of you guys are registered on YouTube. Every one of your names is associated with a YouTube account. You could all put up videos just the same way that we do, right? But that's what YouTube is. YouTube is a community. So, of course, everybody who's contributing here right now, all 219 of you are part of our community. So, of course, like each other's, videos, subscribe to each other's channels, work amongst yourselves and build a community. Yeah, I could cook a pizza, but if I buy a Ford Fiesta, if I didn't have to. Do you agree that the government doesn't want people to work on their own cause anymore? I don't think the government doesn't give a fuck. It's the lobbyists. You know what I mean? That's a different story. It's not the government. We should all hold hands. We should sing Kumbaya, Swamp Rat. That's my brother James in New Jersey, the People's Republic of New Jersey. Lashley is a really cool car. How's the basics tune-up series coming along? I stopped it. We weren't getting any hits on it. There wasn't very much interest in it, so we just stopped. The red dot rolling again. The 67 is just sitting in the back of the lot next to Bottle Rocket right now. I've been driving my Ram truck, my box truck. I love driving my box truck. Did I see the last Roadkill episode? I have not. What's a good way to stop vapor lock? Go to my channel and put vapor lock in the search. I did a whole video on vapor lock. What's up, Randall from Texas? Do you have any experiences with a 40 and Line 6? Not hot rodding them, but yes, working on them, definitely. Do I ever watch Neutral Drop? I've seen a couple of the videos. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. Not saying that what they don't have a good channel or what they do isn't good. It's just I didn't get anything out of it. That was my GTX Street Racer. I had a couple of GTX Street Racers way back when. Can you give me an idea where to gap the rings on my 318 for around a 200 shot? Go with 30. Just go with 30. 30 on the top, figure 28 and 26 on the second ring. What's my favorite YouTube channel? The one I keep going back to is regular car reviews. I love that channel. I have a lot of channels that I really enjoy, but I think my favorite, like my go-to channel, I'm just looking to like mindlessly relax watching YouTube, is regular car review. Spin, you bastard. No more marathons, not now. The GTX, I changed the motor mount on at a street race. Oh, you just shut down my fucking brain trying to remember what car I changed the motor mount at a street race. Thank you, Douglas. I appreciate that. Donald, I roll Bugler tobacco. Thank you, Mike. I'm hoping my Uncle Terry at the Hot Rod Run and Pigeon Forge someday. I haven't. I've never been there. I've never been there. I don't get to many events. A-body big block exhaust manifold recommendations. Easiest one is the logs. Just use a set of C-body log manifolds, and they'll get you in there. Nobody wants to rebuild your truck. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What song do I want on the jukebox tonight after I get to work? Oh, man. Oh, that's a good question. Ask me that again in like 5 minutes. Yeah, listen, I'm running like a little bit of a fever right now. So I was like, I'm just trying to keep up with everything here. It doesn't take much to shut the brain down. Shave the beard now. Plasmatics. Wendy O'William was such a character, man. I saw them. I saw them a bunch of times at the Paramount. Devo or B-52s. I mean, who doesn't love Jocko Homo, right? But B-52s. Let me think about that for a second, because I love me some B-52s also. I don't know. Pick one. What song gives you the feeling to just hit the road? Yeah, there's a lot of different music that makes me want to go out into the shop and throw wrenches, toss wrenches. But I can't think of anything that really makes me want to hit the road. I'm not really a road guy. I'm a wrench guy. What size rims and wheels on my 73 Roadrunner? They're 14 by 6 Magnum 500s. The stock ones that came on the car. I'm not making it through In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida stick with Candy's room. Of all the Springsteen songs, man, I always hated Candy's room. I never liked that. I'm a cowboy in a steel horse ride. If I never hear that song again for the rest of my fucking life. Am I gay? Oh man, am I gay? Holy shit, am I gay? We'll talk about my gayness at another time, though. The Ozzy songs. I mean, just the classics, man. Paranoid and you know, let's see. Do I feel like an amateur compared to Nick's Garage? No, in Nick's Garage, he just does a different thing. What's the best way to get a metal-to-metal flange to seal a gasket? Are we all like, no, man, we're actually only going to be on for like maybe another hour or so. There's nothing like going down the track on 150 miles an hour listening to Paranoid. No, you should be listening to your fucking car. That thing, you're listening to Paranoid, and that thing could be making fucking noises. They're about to fucking unload everything on the track, and that should make you paranoid. My channel notes have inspired me to do my first engine swap of 500 454 to a G, buddy. I'll call you guys. Cool. Good luck with that, man. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. You know exactly to do that. Cool. My opinion, AMC muscle, I love them. The Rambler Scrambler. I mean, how can you not? The Rambler Scrambler is such the quintessential 60s muscle car. How could you not love them? They're mechanically weird, yes, but still, I love AMCs. Bottle Rocket is parked until the spring when the track's open. There's a list of questions people keep asking over and over again. What are you building the Hemi in the garage for? That's going to be an injected nitro motor, and it's going in my 67 Belvedere. It's a small tire grudge car. Thoughts on putting a 64 361 and a 69 car in it for fun? You have many better choices than the 361. Nick is a shoemaker. What does that mean exactly? How boss is it difficult to remove the front seal on a 904? It's not bad at all. The front seal on a 904 is the same as, essentially the same as the yoke seal. Just drop on a tranny is never fun, right? Just drop the tranny, pull the converter out. There's the seal right there. You can't miss it. No special tools, nothing. What's your opinion on International Harvester Scouts pickups and travel? They were ahead of their time. The four cylinders were way underpowered. And that's really all I ever encountered was the four cylinder ones. But they were cool. How am I going to protect my cars in case of World War III? I don't know. Can you do a video on how to measure the lifter bore angle on a block? How would I decide the lifter bore angle on a block that isn't machined yet? That's a question you really need to ask like an engine builder, somebody who builds, contemporary, race motors. I mean, we get that oddball 58-degree angle on a small block Mopar, which is left over for its polyhead days, but everything else is 90-degree. I couldn't give you an answer for that. It just depends on the engine. Talk to somebody, whichever engine that you're building, talk to somebody who specializes in that exact engine, because they'll know the valve train load angles. They'll tell you what the best deal is. But then you get into weird, you got, the thing is, once you get away from a non-standard lift bore angle, then you're stuck always having to have custom cams ground. Ever check any visit a race with gentlemen? I have, and I love that stuff. If Cape May was a little closer, I would definitely go check that out. I love to participate in it. What's the matter, Darla? Darla's whimpering back there. Hey, Niles. Is she sick now too, or just she's chilling out? Seth, thank you so much. Buy a Berkeley water filter. First, I have to pay the electric bill. Then we'll start putting it towards a Berkeley water filter. Thank you, Brian. Have I ever thought about building a performance diesel motor? If somebody was to bring me, a diesel motor and a stack of cash and had a goal, yeah, of course I'd build it. Early Hemi heads on an LA block. DeSoto heads come very, very close to working on a 318, an A or an LA block, but the problem is closing up the valley. San Gloria's Guns. It was a good song, actually. Marvin Zevon was a good guy, man. Werewolves of fucking London. If money was no object, what would be your dream engine build? I mean, I've already built everything. For me, a dream engine would be a blown nitro Hemi, and I've already built those. I've already had them. I wore that out. That's in my past. So I couldn't really answer that question. Gears in California using early Hemi heads on a small block Chevy engine. No. You heard about Mickey Thompson running Chrysler heads on a Pontiac block. That was way back when. Aaron, thank you so much, Aaron. I appreciate that. That's awesome. A favorite conspiracy theory and why? The ones that I consider my favorite, I know are not conspiracy. How's that sound? What about a 427 camera? I've been inside 427 cameras. I don't really see them as being very useful. Dodge heads on a Chevy? No, it was Chrysler heads on a Pontiac. It's time to give Dr. Feelgood a call. Okay, we're froze here. Kenneth, are you doing this evening? Yes, I'm doing this evening. Right now. We froze up here. Try to donate to your the computer froze up. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. No new messages are coming up. Hey, what's going on, Ari? No, I came on an hour early because I gotta. Oh yeah. Listen, from now on, Sunday nights we're going to start at 7:00. We have been starting at 8:00, but we're going to start from now on. We're going to be starting at 7:00 because as soon as the weather breaks, we're going to start doing these lives at a location here in in the Nashville area. And so our Sunday night thing is going to be combined with like a get together. We're gonna have a physical get together every Sunday night, and that's what the lives are going to be once once the weather breaks and people start getting out again. Uh, do I ever do a video in Amityville? I guess. Oh, video on Amityville? No, it's already been covered to death. It's like a car meetup in a parking lot. Yeah. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tailgate off my box truck. And we're gonna do the lives from inside the box truck. And I have a location. We're gonna give a location now, but we have a location. It's right off of an exit of I-24, and we're going to be doing our Sunday. Once the weather's nice, spring starts, we're going to be doing all of our lives from that location. So some of you guys, anybody who's in the area, can join us, and we can check out your cars and do all of that. Donald, thank you so much. I'm, I'm going to get paid. Everything's going to get paid. It's been slow. We haven't been making a lot of videos. So when we don't make, here's the thing, right? Okay. The YouTube algorithm works. Like if you do this stuff for a living, okay, which we do it for a living, this is our full-time business. The way the YouTube algorithm works is you have to put out a video every 24 to 72 hours at the latest to maintain the momentum of their algorithm. If you back off, so let's say you don't do a video in 4 days or 5 days or 6 days, it throws everything off and your views plummet, right? So this last month, well, because of the holidays and sickness and so on and so forth, we had a stretch where we didn't do videos for 6 days, and then we had a stretch where we didn't do videos for 7 days. And during those periods of time, YouTube just it plummeted. So like I think one day the first day of this year I made $35. It's just like, oh fuck, we're in trouble. You know what I mean? So now I have to try to spit out a video every fucking day for the next week and a half to get back on top of the YouTube algorithm, and then the money comes in on a regular basis and the bills get paid. That's how that works. Safe max speed for a stock 225 slant. By my calculations, 5,500 is. Don't worry about piston speed. Piston speed isn't your issue. The head runs out. You're done with the head at 5,500, 6,000 RPM. Are we on Patreon? Yes, we are. Uncle Tony's Garage on Patreon. Do repeat views count? Yes. Yeah, but what happens is the YouTube video peaks at around 3 days, between 3 and 6 days. So the line kind of goes like this and then like this. So this happens in the first 3 days, and then it does this. So it's during this period that you make the money off of it. After that, you know what I mean? It's just a couple of pennies, a view. How do you reach 1,000 subs? Ask for them. Back in the day, have you ever stacked head gaskets to gain higher compression? No, it's the other way around. You take head gaskets out. The early Max Wedge cars were shipped with 2 head gaskets, just for that reason. So you can take one of the gaskets out and get your full race compression. What can we do to help get your views up? No, man, we're fine. It's like we just got to keep making video. Just got to make video. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. Hodgepodge, yeah, I feel a little bit better. People ask about Bottle Rocket. Bottle Rocket is parked until the spring. There's nothing we can do with that car until the track's open. Want to keep our videos up for a long time. I appreciate it. I love making the videos, and we're going to do this for as long as we can do it. You know. Thank you. I love Bottle Rocket. Appreciate your honesty from parts of the marathon during your time off. More nitro racing stories. Hopefully, I'll make more nitro racing stories. I don't really want to talk about old nitro racing stories. Help you windows, Dickie. Do I think the factory pistons are stronger than a replacement? They're about the same. Piston, oh man, cast pistons get a bad name. 90% of the time, the failure is not the piston itself. The failure is from the ring being too tight, the ring gap being too tight. So what happens is you start building the horsepower, cylinder pressure, cylinder temperature. The rings expand beyond what they're gapped for, and the ring buckles. And when the ring buckles, it cracks the piston. That's what breaks cast pistons. Cast pistons in and of themselves are extremely strong. Is a Buick Grand National considered a muscle car? I consider it a muscle car. What's a ring gap? A good ring gap. It just depends on what you use in the motor for. You edit your videos or have someone do it. Uncle Kathy edits all the videos. Are we going to do an in-depth video on timing? Yes, absolutely we are. I just don't know exactly when we're going to do, but yeah, absolutely. Any leads on affordable cleans? 68? No. You just got to hunt, man. You may buy a 65 Lincoln. What should I look for? Is anybody here familiar with 65 Lincolns? That era of Lincoln can point Joe Campbell in the right direction on that. Have you ever seen a dry shift made of pipe like conduit or something? No, I've never seen that. Magnum heads are prone to cracking. Listen to me. The crack that those heads develop is no problem. It's a little crack that happens between the valve seats. People will drive those engines 200,000 miles with them cracked and never know that there's a problem. They'll never know that there's a crack. It doesn't go through to any water jackets and it doesn't burn through to hurt the valve seal at all. People will drive those engines hundreds of thousand miles with those heads cracked. They don't know they're cracked until somebody takes them off and checks them, right? Don't worry about the cracks in the Magnum cylinder heads. Just run them. I feel like you're consistently chasing vacuum leaks. I don't know why it's hard to do a video on chasing vacuum leaks. What's the bore size for a 318? 3.91. What the fuck is up? For a naturally aspirated car, do you go by piston manufacturer ring gap, or do you use your own ring gap knowledge? The piston really has less to do. The type of piston has less to do with ring gap as the cylinder bore and the intended operating range in the engine. I like to keep the rings on the loose side. Honestly, go when you buy the rings. The ring manufacturer in the package of rings is going to give you a little sheet of paper that'll tell you, their recommended ring gaps, and go by that. Not by the piston, but by the ring manufacturer. Do I like Mike Finnegan, but not David? I don't know either of them. What, William? It's 3.91. Good evening, Tim. You're welcome. Thank you for watching it. Best mechanical fuel pump for the Carter, the high performance Carter. Expensive, they're like $85 now, but they're good. I have one on my 68 Roadrunner. That's got a pair of 625 CFM AFPs on it, and it feeds them just fine. Any new merch? Not yet. Not yet. We've been behind. We've been so behind on a lot of things, and illness. So we haven't really been putting, focusing on merch very much, but we will very soon. So you're saying shave the other ring itself to meet the gap because of the motor running the compression? Yes, exactly. It's not the compression. Well, the compression expands the ring. It pushes the ring out into the cylinder wall. That's why you get those, those marks you get at the top of the cylinder, where it's like worn, but just at the very top. That's from the compression, force of compression, expanding the ring out into the cylinder wall. That's doing what it's supposed to do. But also, when you start making horsepower, you increase the heat in the combustion chamber. And when you increase the heat in the combustion chamber, the gap of the rings closes up. And when it closes up, the ring, it has no place to go. So it buckles. And when it buckles, it breaks out the top ringland. And that's what kills cast pistons. Usually the ring that kills them. Lance, love you too, brother, man. Happy New Year. You joined video came to play faster. So I could have done it faster, but I was like, I remember there were a couple of parts where I was like, oh, fuck, I can't get this thing. The clip, I think it was. I could have done that faster. When I turned, I ran into a parking lot. Roll up your windows, Garth. Do I warm up before bench press those any blocks? Usually I flip those things over, no problem, right? I was like, I went to grab it, it was just like, oh, wow, this is heavy. How's your nitro car coming along? I'm not doing anything with it until we get both Bottle Rocket and the Plan Z Dart together running, going. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I know I sound like shit. Thoughts on converting a column shift to floor shift? You being a purist, I've never done it. I mean, I've done it for other people, but I've never, a street car, something you drive, or street strip type of car that you drive to a track. I've never gone to a floor shift. I like bench seats in my street cars, so I've never actually convert. If I'm more likely to go the other way, go from a floor shift to a column shift. If it was good enough for the factory funny cars, column shift, it's good enough for me. Is the rocker arm being centered side to side on the valve stem critical? The push rod guys keep them off a little centered. If you can shim if you can shim them to keep them in the center, yeah, you really want to, because what you're doing is you're side loading the valve, into the guide. It's not good. You really want to try to keep it centered. Are Magnum heads worth swapping on an unquenched Street 360? Only if you've got a zero deck situation with the pistons, because a quench head without zero deck is meaningless. Are you pleased with your choice in life as a mechanic? No, I didn't choose to be a mechanic. I am a mechanic. It's I was born as a mechanic. It's meaning that I work on things. It doesn't matter if it's cars or I mean, microwave ovens. It doesn't make any difference. Dishwashers. I'm a born mechanic. I didn't choose to be a mechanic. But I mean, through my life, I've had many. I've been a mechanic my whole life, but I've also been a professional writer. I was a racer. I was in the coffee business. Now I'm a YouTuber. So no, I'm not. I don't get. Mechanic isn't a choice. It's the core of my existence. Then I do all of these other things around it. Any chance of a background video on your experience as a mechanic? Every single video I do is based on my background experience as a mechanic. A roller rocker is worth the money compared to regular rocker arms, in my opinion. Depends on RPM, depends on valve spring load. For a regular street driver, no, I don't believe so. You can buy cheap rockers, you can buy, like I said, like these Chinese fucking rockers, like $175 for the set, right? But you see, they break, they wear weird. They let you down when you need them the most. So to buy a good set of rockers, you're going to spend $600-700, and at that price, you don't really need them unless you're really spinning the thing and you get a lot of valve spin pressure, and very rapid valve train motion. Still waiting to see VW engine on the channel. Somebody brings me VW, you'll see it right here. Okay. Thank you, Papa. Do you like K&N filters? I've used them. Thank you, Alan. We got a 73 Duster, 74 Duster that's 225 floor shift 3-speed. We'll be doing something with that soon. Mark Worman versus Uncle Tony in the Mopar trivia game. We have two different fields of knowledge. Mark Worman is a restoration numbers guy. Like, he knows the exact numbers that are going to be on every single part, right? And all of those old idiosyncrasies, assembly lines, so on and so forth. And I'm more of a hot rod, type. So it's like it's apples and oranges. I have great respect for his knowledge, but we wouldn't really be matched up well in a trivia thing because we know different things. My favorite engine for a daily driver, the 318. Don't you talk to your Aussie fans? Of course I do. I feel bad for my Aussie fans. I see what's going on out there. That's fucking terrible. All those animals. Oh my God, right? You see this shit? They talk about half a billion, like 500 million animals, and that's such a horrible way to fucking go to. Believe me, my heart goes out to you guys. And that whole situation is just sad. If someone was to bring you a 215 Dodge Challenger 392, would you hire it for your channel? If they had the car and the parts, yes, absolutely. Is he a Vegas resident of my future? No, man. Tennessee's enough. You need to get your ass down here. Fire around you. Yeah, man. Nani, I'm so sorry for you guys. Oh, hey, so I got to throw out something else too, right? Speaking of, like, okay, so we got a fellow YouTuber, Jedediah Scott, right? Scott's Speed Shop. Okay, he's going in for he's going for a major operation on it's like a life and death kind of thing on January 8th. So if you guys you guys, if you're on his channel or whatever, just go drop him a good word, man. Thank you, Meg. Best performance distributors for 318. I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there. I prefer the old school Mallory and Excels. Smoke from New Zealand, from Israel. Yeah, actually, I was watching a Cletus video yesterday, right? Because he's got he's doing at the car toast up there at the burnout competitions, and you can see the smoke, like it was like fucking fog at the. I'm surprised they went ahead with that because he was always these. You guys are fucking hardcore, man. Like you're hardcore, okay? Because it's like you got the whole fucking world on fire all around you, right? There's like all death and crazy destruction and shit. And you guys having a burnout contest in the middle of it, right? You guys are fucking badass, right? Drag van update. As soon I know Nick has been feeling under the weather, and as soon as I get an update from him, we're going to do a video on it. Yeah, it's right. Zero Man. They don't fuck around. It's like, they're like literally in hell. Right? Okay, they're literally, like in fucking hell. And they're like, let's do burnouts. Let's do big ass fucking burnouts. The fucking Aussies, like the entire car culture salutes you, motherfuckers. It's amazing. Will I do a distributor recurve video? Yes. X pipe. I cannot stand the sound of a fucking X pipe. I don't care if they give you 400 fucking horsepower. I can't. I got an X pipe on one of my cars, on my '67 Dart, and it sounds like shit. There's just no way to fucking like H pipe. H pipe. Thank you, Bear. Bam, thank you. You like to see a 70 quarter with 3-3 Hemi. No, that wasn't Maggie drinking. I think that was Lily. I don't know. One of them was just the. Do I like the sound of Flowmasters? They're okay. I like this. I mean, I like the sound of glass packs, honestly. The other guy came into the shop in a Nissan Suru. It was spitting oil out of the PCV valve. When we checked the compression, it was about 200 per cylinder. If it was spitting oil out of the PCV valve, I would say you've probably got a clogged breather. If the breather isn't clogged, pop off the valve cover and the baffle between the valve cover, the baffle underneath the breather is probably clogged with gack. That'll do that. With a hole in an overflow tank cause overheating. Depends on the style of radiator. Factory flex fan versus clutch fan, old Ford for HP. Well, the clutch fan is better for horsepower for sure. Brush welded, yeah, they do. What ring and pinion do you prefer for a full 44 speed for the street? Depends on the weight of the car. 355 is probably your best all-around street driver. Street car. Do you just cruise through town at 45 miles an hour, or do you take it out on the highway, go 75, 80 miles an hour, interstate type of travel? You got your rear end choice is based on your use of the car. Does winter tray slow return of oil through sump? No. The winter tray is supposed to slice the oil film down as it. Winter trays have louvers in them, and those louvers are supposed to slice that oil thing and get it down to the sump quicker. Mechanical versus electric pump for HP. Again, see, it depends on how much horsepower, how much fuel you have to flow through the thing. Talking in really, really, broad, right? Typical street strip car up to around 500, 550 horsepower will do just fine with a high volume mechanical pump. Where you run into problems most of the time with mechanical pumps isn't the pump itself or the pump's ability to get fuel. You have two problems with them. One is heat from the engine, because it's connected directly to the engine. The pumps get hot, and you'll find that the fuel will actually boil inside the pump, so you get a vapor lock starting over there. And also, a lot of times, it's the factory pickup. People use a mechanical pump and use the factory pickup on the tank, and that pickup becomes uncovered when the car accelerates hard. So that's the problems with mechanical pumps. Will you score more babes if you grow a beard? Yes. Will flex fan hurt fuel mileage? It won't hurt it per se. You'll get better gas mileage with a clutch fan than a flex fan, but thank you, Mr. Reed. I'm going to try to keep up the good work. I don't know what you guys are talking about here. I'm trying to keep up with this. Okay, it's frozen. Uncle Tony, my favorite car is the General Lee. Would you keep the flag on it? Yes. You have a great one, Jeff. Think this flows? Yeah, absolutely. I have like on my daily driver, my Slinger, I got stock exhaust manifolds into the duals with a pair of glass backs. I love the way it sounds. There's just that nice, smooth rumble. You know what I mean? It's not a race car. It's not my driver. I drive in traffic. And yeah, I agree with you. I like exhaust manifolds with very, very pleasing sound. Well, the Stars and Bars, to people who understand it, is not a racist thing, and it's a sign of honorable rebellion. Like everything else today, things get perverted into meaning different. But I choose to tune that noise out. The South should have won that war. Hey, Mike, it's not over yet. The North only ran only one round one. What exhaust muffler do you recommend for a 68 Charger with a 383? I have a 67 Charger, and people always compliment the way that car sounds. So if you want to hear the way it sounds, go to How to Do a Bitch and Burnout. We did a video called How to Do a Bitch and Burnout, and that's a set of Hooker 1 5/8 tube street headers, nothing crazy, 2.5 inch pipe that's sloppily welded together. I mean, it's embarrassing. I hope I don't die before I get a chance to get under that car and re-weld that whole fucking exhaust. And it's got a pair of Corvair turbo mufflers on it, and just pipes to the back bumper. And people constantly compliment me on that. So I get messages all the time. What kind of exhaust is in that car? It sounds amazing. That's what it is. Hooker street headers, 2.5 inch pipe, and Corvair turbo mufflers. No resonators or anything like that. And it does sound really good. Zero, you have a fucking awesome night. Oi, motherfucker. Good guy. And what are you going to play? Wait, Zero, what are you going to play for me tonight? Devo, Jocko Homo. Do you have the long version of Jocko Homo? There's like a live version of Jocko Homo that they did. That's like 20 something minutes long. See if you can find that and throw that in there. Oh, Mongoloid. Mongoloid is my favorite fucking Devo song. Absolutely. How do you protect spark plug boots from header heat? I run the wires correctly. Thank you, farmer. Upside down. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. No, Mike, it's not we are not men. It's are we not men? Not the other words. Are we not men? We are Devo. Ever built an automatic transmission? I saw a guy do one on a TV commercial once. Thank you, Ben. What was the purpose of resonators on the exhaust? They used to use high floor mufflers, for high performance cars. So a high floor muffler makes a little bit more sound out the tailpipe, and it drones a little bit. So they added resonators, which is kind of like let me explain. It's just like it's like a glass pack without the glass inside of it, and it smooths and quiets the tone of the exhaust. Thank you, Odoraz. I'm going to try to keep them up. Corvair, like Chevy Corvair mufflers. They're called. It's called a Corvair turbo muffler, and they're not actually from a Chevy Corvair turbo muffler. Corvair turbo. They're a style of muffler. Just look up turbo muffler. Turbo muffler is what was originally done for the Chevy Corvair. That's What's going on, Hellfish? Yeah, chambered pipes do sound really good, but they don't flow very well. Can you perform the piston rotation on a mat? Yes, you can. Thank you, Garth. I'm feeling okay, Hellfish. I'm still a little, started out the day like a ball of fire, and I just ran out of steam at around like fucking lunchtime. So, and right now I'm just kind of like just drifting along. Do we have an inspection in TN? Yeah, we do, but it's not like New York, no. Patrick discovered that, no, he didn't take off. That was it. We just walked away from the deal. Often how's the dual quad setup's good? Yeah, they're okay. Ever install a catalytic converter without gutting it first? I've got a bunch of converters. I mean, they would have never put one in. Have you ever rebuilt a factory wiring harness? Many of them. Do I know anything about the old direct connection stage 4 heads running them on the 440? See, you talking about the max wedge head? I mean, I'm drawing a blank on that. Brian, you got to remember something, right? We're not a Mopar channel. I know we do a lot of Mopar content, and I myself am a Mopar guy. But we're not a Mopar channel. I'm trying to get more stuff that isn't Mopar into the mix. You ever listening to Sturgill Simpson music? I've never heard of him. Heard you were running for vice president with Jesse Ventura in 2020. I'd rather run with Nuge. Ari, I'd like Sturgill. What kind of stuff does he do? Happy New Year, Oliver. Go listen to Sturgill. I don't have the time. I'm on here with you guys right now. I can't go listen to Sturgill. Really enjoy your videos, especially the fundamentals. We're gonna do a lot of fundamental stuff, man. That's Speed Farm. Thank you so much. I love Nashville, man. I'm here for 16 years. I wouldn't leave here. Honestly, there's nothing that can make me leave this area. I love this place. All of Middle Tennessee. But thank you for the contribution. You're trying to get your friend in Dubai to super chat 100K. That that would be pretty fucking badass, now, wouldn't it? I'm not gonna keep my fingers crossed, but yeah, that would be fucking awesome. Have I ever driven, worked on a Corvair? Yes, I've driven many of them. I've worked on many of them, and I absolutely adore Corvairs. Gatlinburg's East Tennessee. Uncle Tony, if 100K dropped in your lap, you could spend 30,000 on a car. What would it be? I would not buy any more cars. If 100 grand dropped on my lap, I would. Well, definitely the Belvedere. I'd be screwing together a nitro motor like right now. But no, if 100 grand dropped on my lap right now, yeah, it would get pretty much evenly distributed over my fleet, and that's how we'd spend it. I got to stop for all ugly duckling cars. Harry, man, fucking no, they're not ugly. Corvairs are beautiful. Especially the later ones, like the 69, 68, 69. You know, you know what they are? They're the perfect notchback Cuda, is what they are. If I hit the lottery today, would you be gone tomorrow? Where would I go? How many cars do I have? I have 13 cars and trucks. Lunar, I, 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 I don't remember if I've watched any of your videos. I'm so sorry. Um, I don't know, but I will sub as I can't do two things at the same time, but I'll sub tonight when advice on where to go for six-pack tuning and diagnosis. I'm going to be doing stuff on six packs. Watch the video that I did on six packs probably about 2 months ago, was it? And I bet you'll get some good information out of that. I can't still be sick. Oh, yes, I can. Wasn't there a Yanko Corvair? Yeah, there was. Hurl up your windows, John. Okay. How do I feel about the Ford 9-inch? You mean my personal feelings? Like do I feel happy or sad or do I feel warm or alienated? I don't know. How do you mean? How do I feel about it? You sleeping okay with the cold flu? No, I haven't. I'm only sleeping like for an hour or two at a clip. Hey, Danny, how are you? Am I a fan of I like all the FMJ bodies. They're cool. Where's Lamb Shop? At Lamorosa. Have you ever took a starter apart to see if it was actually burnt up or not and repair it? It's just some, yeah. Generally, I mean, the only, I mean, the armatures do go bad, the bushings go bad in the housings, but yeah, you know, I've gone through many starters. Can I do a shout out to Michael Logston? I certainly can. Michael Logston, there's your official shout out, your official UTG shout out. I don't know why I'm shouting out to you, but you got it anyway, brother. We're Wally. Well, thank you, Wally. Any advice on polishing cast iron combustion chambers, tool techniques? Honestly, there's really no benefit to it. It's not worth the effort unless you're doing a super ultra high compression engine, 14, 15, 1. There's no benefit to it. I prefer small block over big block. I flip a coin. I have a mess with vintage air. You mean air conditioning on vintage cars? Of course. 73 Charger ever cash on a value or find an earlier car. The 73 74s have some quirks that make not the prettiest things in the world. I got to tell you. But they're still Chargers, and they still have that Coke bottle shape, and they still have the name. Yes, they will catch on. And there are ways to unugly them a little bit. Do I see many choo-choo conversions down my way? I don't even know what you mean by that. Good night, out later. £30 jug of R12 for anybody who needs it. I use the 134, man. I load up the system with fucking ester oil and I pump it full of 134 and all good. Oh, vintage chairs are brand new furniture. Yes. No, I've never messed with them. I've never heard anything bad about them, but I've never worked with them. Is the squatted truck thing big in Tennessee as in South Carolina? Not really. I see them every once in a while, but no, it's not as big here as it is there. Have you watched Cold War motors lately? I have not. It's frozen. Oh, there we go. Do you recall the 318 Chrysler Joey Philip? It wasn't the engine. It was the choke. What happened was they used an electric choke on those engines, and there was a little controller, and it would go bad. The choke wouldn't open all the way, and then the thing would fill up with carbon. It had nothing to do with the engine itself. It was the choke system that caused that. Have I ever been successful in getting decent? I have never tried. Remanufactured or new alternator. I just use remans, or I fix it myself. Thank you, MJV. Steven, what's going on? To a shout out to your son, Havoc Logan Reinhardt. That's a great name. Havoc. Oh, you're destined to be a badass, Havoc. Awesome name. Your 2 to 3 swap is coming along. Well, how the heads being done? What kind of point system distributor I install? I would just drop an HEI on that and be done with it. See if you can find an original HEI, not one of these remanufactured Chinese jammies. Just find an original Chevy HEI and drop it in. Did I sing any Tom Waits covers while your voice is afflicted? I can't listen to that guy. That's like listening to fucking nails just on a fucking chalkboard, right? What's going on, Vince? Like or dislike AMC engines? Love. I love AMC engines. Ever bought a 1980 Lincoln where it randomly turns off, usually idling or decelerating off throttle? Any ideas? Idle air controller. Yeah, change. Take a look at the IAC. That's probably what it is there. Cheese pizza or pepperoni? I don't like pepperoni on pizza. I love pepperoni. I don't want it on my pizza. It takes over. Pepperoni dominates everything else on the fucking pizza. I don't like that. And I like a white pie. I prefer a 4 cheese pie, white pie, any type of white pie over a red sauce pie. Why does my AMC sound like a zipper? Yeah, probably a starter alignment. No pineapple on a pizza. Pineapple on a pizza. Do I look like one of them LGBTQD people? No, no pineapple on my pizza. Not that I have anything against the LGBT. You're all welcome in Uncle Tony's garage, but you know, I'm not one of them alternative lifestyle people myself. So no pineapple on my pizza. You're making me fucking hungry now. Ari, you want to try something kinky, right? Okay, listen to me, right? This is fucking crazy. There's a pie. It's a frozen pie that I'm hooked on. I love these fucking things. It's a DiGiorno, right? Wait, Ari, hang on. I'm going to lose my Italian card for this, right? Ari, try this, right? You see that? The DiGiorno, right? Rising crust, spinach, mushroom, and garlic. Okay? Fucking try that, all right? You're not going to believe it. It's fucking delicious. DMC, you're ready to rock. I'm ready to fucking roll over and fucking die. No, I never seen it out the ramble. I don't know. He just kind of disappeared. No, there's no white sauce on it, John. It's got a little tiny bit of red sauce, but just the tiniest bit. No, Olive Garden is not a sin. Macaroni Grill is a sin. You know, Mike, I never thought of that. You're right. Cheese builds extra flavor. No, I never thought of that. You're right. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm supposed to be smart, right? Fuck. You're absolutely right. And I've been eating a lot of cheese. Village Maria chicken parm pies. 426 Rich. Wait, 426 Rich. Who are you exactly now? Okay. Village Maria chicken parm pies. My kid was just up there in New York, and they ate at Village Maria because that neighborhood there. Village Maria, I used to have some really good stuff. I don't think I ever had the their chicken parmesan there. Oh, right, you bought my 69 Roadrunner. Okay. Village Maria was good. Their Sicilian pie was delicious. We're in New York. I'm from Staten Island. Happy New Year, DMC. Open windows, Wildcat Wizzy. Is that a screwdriver? No, it's just orange juice. Arnhem, I'm not a lasagna guy. I just don't have a taste for lasagna. I don't know why. I just lasagna, baked ziti, yeah. Do you miss good New York bagels? We have them here. We have them here in Nashville. I do miss knishes. We don't have knishes here. One of my top 3 car movies, I don't really have off the top of my head. I can't think of that. Yeah, no, I don't doubt that you make a good lasagna. I know people love lasagna, right? They go fucking nuts for lasagna, right? I'm not one of them. I like very simple pasta. UT or Staten Island native. Yes. I was born in Brooklyn, moved to Staten Island when I was like 8 in like 1970 and stayed there until 2002. And 2003, 2002, 2003. And I've been here in Nashville ever since. Manigat is good. Manigat is one of the few, yeah, I like Manigat. It's one of my top 6 pasta dishes, like in no particular order. Fettuccine Alfredo probably is the first 2 or 3 slots. And then I have to think about everything else from there. How long did it take to get used to Tennessee? Instantly. Instantly. I got here and I felt at home literally the instant I got here. Did I ever see James Gang? No, I did not. What part of Brooklyn? Bensonhurst. 62nd Street between 18th and 19th. Kielbasa in a can. Oh, don't even. Oh my God. You make the best fettuccine Alfredo I've had for the smell. Oh, see how that works out. Nice to find a home like that. I'm telling you, I mean, it's changed. It's changed a bit, right, since I've been here. But I fell in love with it. You know what I mean? Why did I move to Tennessee? Because I came here to visit a buddy of mine, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. I was like, that's it. That's where I'm spending the rest of my life. So we packed up, and I literally made the decision, like just like that. I was like, okay, that's it. That's where I'm going to die. Middle Tennessee. All mechanics should know how to cook too. Then what do we have women for? What's going on, Eric? How long does winter last here? We generally get 2.5 to 3 months of winter, right? um, December, January, February. Then we get like a month of spring and we go right into summer. And then we get like a month of fall and go right into winter. Your girlfriend won't let you cook or do dishes. She's a good woman. Do I still see the cross? I got to try to. Oh, you mean when I was all cut up? Yeah, I see her all the time. The mechanic coats do I own? I don't know, probably five, 6. I don't even know. You're going to apply to be a driver at GB on a transfer to Tennessee. Come on down, man. Control you. Any thoughts on how to bypass it? Uh, put a manual choke on it. Did I ever meet Carol Shelby or Dan Gurney? I've never met Dan Gurney. I had lunch with Carol Shelby. I've never met Dan Gurney. Do you go camping with the Lamb Shop family? I am not a camper, man. I'm not a camper. I consider my lawn to be the great wilderness. That's it. That's as far as I go. Did you ever meet the Hearst girls back in the day at the drag shift? Yes. And I think my first crush was Nikki Phillips. How often do I come across the classic car flipper scams? Not very often, but when I do, we do a video on it. And they're extremely popular. You see me camping at the truck stop? Yeah. Did I ever meet John Wayne? No. But I met someone who saw him crossing our street once. Did I ever meet Bob Glidden? Yes. I had a little bit of a history with Bob Glidden back in the day. Why am I crying? Do I need to talk about my feelings? I was thinking about talking about my feelings tonight, but I really only have one. I really have one legitimate feeling. It's hungry. All of the rest are kind of like a little watered down. Would I like to meet Donald Trump? Sure, why not? I'm not going to tell the Bob Glidden story, John. What do I think about the Hollywood actors street racing scene in the 60s? I didn't know Hollywood actors were street racing in the 60s. When are you going to do a video about welding in a cage? When I have to weld in a cage? You just put it together. Was your people in the Amityville case? Yeah, but don't be sorry about it. It was 40-something years ago. Cleaning carburetor fuel systems, running better with new gas before rebuild carb. I don't know what that means. Cleaning carburetor fuel system, I mean flush it, if you got a lot of silt in the tank, right? Drain out just get as much gas as you can out of there, and then throw a couple of gallons of white vinegar in and let it sit. Then flush it with gas, right? And that you'd be surprised, man. That eats up all the silt and everything in the bottom of the tank. Haven't met Warren Johnson. Maybe. Danadon, God, I don't remember. I don't think so. Wildcat Wizzy, I'm beautiful. Well, sorry, that's a, that's a little gay, but thank you. I appreciate it. We welded in 2 cages. I won't do it again. It sucks, doesn't it? They're doing all of this. Yeah, I know. I mean, Daryl Starbutt. I have no idea who that is. I've been to Oak Creek, John. Oh, here we go. Oh, you're a girl. Oh, well, thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't even put that together, right? I was like, well, thank you very much, Wildcat Wizzy. Besides machining, fabricating, being a mechanic, are you skilled in any trade? I'm not a machinist. I'm absolutely not a machinist, and my fabrication skills are get by at best. Am I skilled at any other trade? Yeah, I could roast coffee like a motherfucker. I can make bagels and Zeppeli's really good. Um, YouTube, I'm a YouTuber, right? So there's a trade. I roast coffee. Yeah, I was when I quit the Top Fuel thing. I went into the coffee business for like a dozen years. I had a bunch of coffee houses, and I started roasting my own coffee. I made my own roaster, and I buy the beans and I roast it myself. Zeppeli, President, what part are you from? I'm from Tennessee. I'm still in the coffee business now. I've been out of it for about 10 years. The coffee business morphed into a music promotion thing. So we were promoting punk shows, punk and metal shows here in the middle of the Tennessee area. Then I stopped that probably about 7 or 8 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't even know. You love to hear me talk about H1s? Well, you've owned them for nearly 33 years. Oh, nice. Nice. Sally Field, Angie Dickinson. No, Angie Dickinson looks so hard, and Sally Field looks so soft, right? The way you can, cannolinis. No, I mean cannolis. Yes, you know, cannolis, right? Okay, so I grew up on Staten Island, Brooklyn, and all that. Okay, so real Italian pastry, real Italian bakery, real cannolis. You know what? If you got a Publix near you, Publix, you're at the supermarket. If you got a Publix, go check out their fucking cannolis. Their cannolis are as good as anything you get up north. No problems, man. I am like an uncle to you. Hold on, guys. He's talking cannoli. Harry, find a Publix, right? The same sacrilege with this fucking DiGiorno pizza. The same sacrilege. Go find a Publix. Their bakery is amazing. True statement. You're in Florida and you love the cannolis, right? Okay. Cannoli is Uncle Cannoli. Yeah. Can you give a shout out to your buddy Bex Rex? I think we just did. Did Paige ever get a duster? No, she bought a Nova. Hope you get my vitamin C. Vitamin C, orange juice. I've been living on orange juice. It's time for a cigarette. I'm trying not to. Mike, thank you. Why were you putting up with you tonight? You got there's no putting up with you guys. I look forward to Sunday nights, man. I swear to God, right? I really look forward to this. So yeah, no, stop putting up with you. This is as much for me as it is for you. Did I frequent a bakery in Bensonhurst on 86th Street? Give me a second. Rispoli's. They were under the L. That was the one we used to hit for the cannolis. Can I give you a friend? Fidolino is that's it. Fidolino. Thanks for turning them on. Oh wait, I missed that. What happened while Wildcat was he? I'm sorry. Wait a second. What was this? I'm gonna try to find that again. Oh shit. Wildcat, you're in the hospital for breast cancer. Oh, hang on, hang on. I'm going back here. Could you send me some of your? Could I send you some of my merchandise? So, so Wildcat Wizzy is in the hospital for breast. She just got put into the hospital for breast cancer. Wildcat, right? Listen, right? Our whole tribe here, man. Oh man, sweetheart, our whole tribe sending you all kinds of good thoughts. The religious people are praying for you, and the non-religious people are thinking good, positive thoughts. You know, all the best to you. You're going to be fine, right? Remember that healing, that everything is in the head. It's in the head. You know, don't think about your illness. Don't think about your illness. Think of yourself as being already healed and already with this behind you. That's the mindset that you have to take, and you're gonna be good. I'm so sorry to hear it, but you're gonna be great. Nikki, sorry to hear about your mom. Wildcat, where are you located, Wildcat? Where do you live? Wildcat, you see the support you have here? That's the UTG community. What quarter mile track is my Bowling Green is 100 miles north of me. It's the closest quarter mile track. I have a few eighth mile tracks that are closer. What's going on, Shane? Just a heads up. Tammy Hembrow is selling news to fund the firefighting effort in Australia. You know, that's a noble thing, right? That's an absolutely noble thing. Tammy Hembrow. So if you guys want to buy some pictures of Tammy Hembrow, the money goes to fund the firefighters in Australia. That's a great cause. You know, listen, you do what you can, you know, and that's what she can do. All the more power to it. I think that's fucking awesome. Jacob Hicks, thank you so much for the contribution. You had 8 3/4 third member built for my 60 Fury 21. How much power can I expect to hold on sticky street tires? Depends on the weight of the car. Fury's fucking heavy, man. I had a stripped 68 Fury 318 car, 4-door, and it hit the scales at 4,040 pounds. Do not try to dead hook. You know, that is not a drag radial car, right? You will break that fucking rear. I would say, I mean, you can put you'll be able to put 550, 600 horsepower to it fairly reliably. Not dead hooking. Definitely not with a trans brake or anything like that. But you know, as long as you don't try to absolutely murder the starting line, you know, you'll get a bunch. It'll be fine. You know, but those Furies are fucking heavier than they look. Well, thank you, Winter. Yeah, Wildcat. Listen, if you send your information to Uncle Tony's Garage at gmail.com. And Uncle Kathy will get a shirt out in the mail to you, a shirt and a couple of stickers. And thank you, Lunar. Out of your cars, which ones are the most enjoyable to daily drive? My 72 Slinger is probably the most enjoyable daily drive. And you're going to think I'm nuts. You're going to think I'm absolutely fucking out of my mind. For the last couple of weeks, I've been daily driving my 78 box truck, my Caravan box truck, 318 fucking box truck, right? And I love driving that truck. You know, I must look like a fucking idiot tooling around in fucking traffic every day in this big old yellow fucking box, right? But I love it. I have, you know, don't ask me why. Do you ever worry about MPG? Oh, my daily drivers, yeah, man. The MPG is my priority. Is there going to be a freeze plug video? Do you really need a freeze plug video? What's the trick to getting valve cover against the seal on big block mopars? My rubber coated Felpro leaks 2 sets up. I don't know. I don't really have any problem. Must be in the valve cover. Check the flange. Make sure the flange is flat. And try using those spreaders. You know, spreaders like to use on the small block Chevys. Try using a set of spreaders on them and see what happens. What kind of MPG do we get on my Smith 6 cars? Those 64, Mrs. Laney. That's got a 170. And around town, she'll knock out about 20 miles to the gallon. You know, give or take. What do you do to up the mile per gallon? Anything that you do that is not obvious. No, not really. When I'm looking for mileage, I drive very gently. You know, you always drive to the highest vacuum, smallest throttle opening, right? Well, thank you, Upside Down Farmer. And a good message for Wildcat. I hope she comes back. She's got a shirt coming to her. But yeah, no, just making sure, you know, I keep the tires at like 40 psi, you know. drum brake cars, so I keep the drums on the loose side, as little drag as possible. Ideal timing mark for a Slant 6 engine. I don't know what you mean by timing mark, but they generally work best at 28 degrees total because it's such a small bore. Yes, we need a freeze plug video. Sealant, raw, brass, or steel. I always use raw. I don't bother with sealant. I always use steel. Always put them in raw. I mean that's the video right there. What's the fastest car you have in a quarter mile? Uh, I think I think the box truck will probably break into the 17s. It's pretty fast. That's the fastest. Uh, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go down that. I've seen the videos where fucking cars just explode going down the track. So I don't really want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with that. So I just like to guess at what they might run. And I think the box truck might be able to run in the 17s. Yeah, Shabaka, I'm very sick actually. UT, you mentioned me in the last video. Thank you. What are my thoughts on YouTuber Musty One? I've heard nothing but good about him, but I've never seen. So I couldn't give you an opinion. Thank you, Devin. Yes, Uncle Bag Shift is absolutely. He finally got his channel set up today, and yeah, I'm sure over the next week or two he'll start pumping out content, and it's going to be great. And he's going to hit 1 million subscribers before we hit 200,000. He'll have 1 million. He's amazing. What a fucking wealth of knowledge he is. Is 3,600 too much for a 76 Volare? No. Well, Tula, his name of his channel is Throne Wrench Garage. THROWN Wrench Garage. Uh, he just put that up. Oh, something right there. John, please tell us the pros. Thank you, John. Please tell us the pros and cons of using hard block in a water jacket. There really are no pros or cons. Either you've got a block that needs that kind of support, or you don't. You're sacrificing cooling capacity for rigidity. I mean, I would say a half fill, is almost universally a good thing. There's no real pros to a 1/3 to a 1/2. No real cons to a 1/3 to a 1/2 fill. But I mean, generally, you should be running a higher volume. You start looking at the cons. It taxes the cooling system a little more. So I mean, that's about it. Best timing for a Slant 6. Total timing. I have no idea. Right? Forget about initial timing. Total timing, meaning that after all the advances in, not vacuum advance, unplug the vacuum advance, all the timing in should be approximately 28 degrees is optimum for a Slant. So when you're going to time it, rev it up to around 2,500 RPM, right? set it for like 28 degrees at like 2,500 RPM, and then whatever it is at idle, that's what it is. Good job, Tim. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. I love you too. Good. You guys are awesome. Subbing over to Brian's page. He's going to do great. What was the worst car flipper scam you've got mechanically? I've seen so many of them. I couldn't even begin. Honestly, I couldn't even begin. Oh, it froze again. Uh, all right, I'm in nothing. Nothing's moving here, so that's why I'm just staring at the fucking screen. It's kind of locked. Tatman Dan, thank you very much, sir. Educated Walrus, classic rock or country music? Never country music. Classic rock, so. I mean, it just depends. SEMA bill going good. It was confiscated by government forces. To do classic rock, please. Well, I mean, define classic rock. I have a fixer writing to myself. I think one of the very first videos we ever did was how to fix a radiator using pennies and solder. Would I ever consider doing a collaboration with Nick's Garage? I would be honored to do a collaboration with Nick's Garage. Tony, you ever feel like you were going to explode if you weren't banging gears or smoking tires? No. What's your best police encounter story? I've had so many of them. I've worn the bracelets many times. I can't really think of my best police encounter story just now. You want to see what I could do with a current muscle car? If I had one at my disposal, if somebody in my circle was to have a current muscle car I could screw around with, you'd see it. But right now, I don't have anybody. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, it was 2 hours and 20 minutes already. Thanks, bastard. I think it'll be a Carlisle Mopar show this year. Cool. I went last year for about 6 hours. That's the thing. I see. I have a lot of weirdnesses. Okay, so like I go to events like Carlisle or any event really, and I'm extremely mission oriented. Like if I'm going to Carlisle to do a thing, right? Like or any event, right? I get there, I do my thing, and like I get out. So it's like for me to go to an event, it has to be that I'm going to that event for a specific purpose. And then as soon as that specific purpose is finished, every instinct in my fucking soul says, get the fuck out, get going, go back to the house, do what you got to do. So that's like, if I say I'm going to Carlisle Don't count on me to be at Carlisle. I'm going to go to Carlisle, grab what I need, and get the fuck out. I do that with everything. I like that with everything. Do I hate the trend of 20-inch wheels on muscle car? Look, you can take them off. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would never do it, but listen, styles come and go. Some people are very style conscious. That's the style they want. If they're not hacking up the car to do it and it makes them happy, knock yourself out. Uh, I think even worse, I know it sounds crazy. How can anything be worse than those 20-inch wheels in the fucking cars? Is when people put modern seats in the old cars. Then you got the seat that's all like curved, it's like narrow and curvy. It comes out and does this. An interior that's all square and small. You have this giant fucking seat at these sides. That to me is a little more absurd than the fucking wheels. But to each his own. Your car, you're paying a fucking ticket, right? So it's on a 65 Value versus 61 Belvedere. I have an existential crisis on which car is better. That 61 Belvedere, the pre-C-body. C-body is very hard to get parts for. Go with the 65 Value. Yeah, Brian McTaggart, we're still on, right? And we're getting new subs, man. How many subs you got, Brian? Why are you surprised I went there with the C comment? Am I a fan of restaurant modding? Me, myself, am I a fan of it? No. I like either I like my period cars done in a period way or race car. You know, um, like it's those two things, right? If I'm going to drive a car from the 60s, 70s, I want the car to be done and in the head of that fits the personality of the car, the 60s or 70s. If I want to really modify the car, race car, that's it, race car, purpose built. This is what we're going to do. And the restaurant mod thing is kind of in the middle. And I'm an extremist. I'm a manic extremist. So I don't really go for the middle ground. So no, I'm not a restaurant mod guy. What's up, SoCal Devil Dog? Best year of Plymouth Peabody. 66, 67. Julius, good day. I've never messed with the 260 with the Hemi 6. We don't have them here in this country, so I couldn't give you an answer on that. Try to make a car like a late 60s custom 60s pickup loader. Yeah, that sounds cool. Oh, thank you, Stingray. I'm glad I got to be a part of your childhood. That's fucking cool. Uncle Kathy is not feeling well. I knew what you meant, Harry. In the late 70s, early 80s, were all you guys aware that the newer cars were slug compared to? Oh, yeah, we were painfully aware of it. Yeah, straight fan, six fan. Yeah, it's just this long, drawn out crud thing. Cheers, Julius. Thank you. I appreciate it. We have a lot of viewers in Australia, and the thing with the fires, it's just terrible. I'm so sorry about what's going on with you guys. But yeah, we have a lot of viewers in Australia, and I wish I wish I had more experience or any experience with some of the hardware that you guys have out there, but we don't. We just never came here to this country. Good night, Jerry. Thanks for joining us. What was my opinion on the classic Mustang Ford released a few years? I don't know what you're talking about. Slots, Dickie. Slots. I love slots. Does it say you so many charges were wrecked making the Dukes of Hazzard? Honestly, those cars were going to the junkyard anyway at the time. I mean, they were, the Dukes of Hazzard. Think about this way, right? The Dukes of Hazzard crashed what? 200 cars, 300 cars. How about the 200,000 that were going to the fucking boneyard anyway, right? So no, it doesn't bother me. They were just cars in the day. Do I like the 3.9 V6? They weren't happy motors. The thing I noticed about those V6s, the 3.9s, is that you take the same truck, 3.9 V6 or 318, and the 318 gets better gas mileage. Or like, what was the whole point of the 3.9? Good night, Lunar. Yeah, and I got to go over and check out your channel. Doozers shop. What do you do, Doozers? Ryan, I'm feeling like shit. I'm gonna pack it in soon. Machine shop, excellent. Where you at, Doozers? What part of where's your location in case anybody in the area needs a machinist? Charlotte, North Carolina. So there you go, guys. Anybody who needs a machinist in Charlotte, North Carolina, hit up Doozers. Makes you want an orange juice? I have my orange juice. Extra pulp. Garth, yeah. Oh, that's such a great name, Havoc. No, seriously, man. That's like, listen, right? Garth. That's like the ultimate alpha male name. You know what I mean? It's like Havoc, right? Holy shit. Awesome. What, hang on a second. What? I am losing my voice, right? Yeah, guys, my voice is it's starting to go. So rather than run into a whole situation like I had during the fucking New Year's live, I'm gonna cut it short now. And it is a seriously badass name, right, Harry? So Stingray. So yeah. So listen, I'm gonna wrap it up. Everybody who joined us tonight, contributed. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll see you next Sunday night, 7 o'clock. That's going to be the new time for our lives. We're going to start 7 o'clock. And then as soon as the weather changes, we're going to start doing these things from locations where you guys can come and join us if you're in the area. So that's it. Good night, everybody. And I'll see you next Sunday.